Hello devs, my name is Rogers and I'm a developer. I love building apps, but I hate the recurring monthly bills. So I built SelfDB. As you can see, it's a self-hosted backend that you can use to build unlimited projects without the monthly recurring bills. Let me show you how it is if you get SelfDB and you want to build an app. Let's start by unzipping the file that you'll download from our website if you decide to try SelfDB. It is very straightforward. Literally, all you need is a Docker Compose and you're good to go. Okay, let's open the terminal. Cursor dot, oops. Now we open the code up in Cursor. We look at everything in. However, all you need is actually go to the README. And from the README, we see you need to copy this env because we have none in it. And once you copy it, you get this. You have all your sample stuff set up. We have a bunch of scripts that we've made to really make it quick and easy to use. So from here, you have to run the start script. I know, start.sh. And you will see as everything is building using Docker, which I have open up here. You'll see it's going to get some images and then it's going to build properly. Now we let it pull everything. We look at the env file where we have an unknown key generated, and this is for use on, let's say, open-end platforms where you don't need to have a user logged in, but you still want to have the security to not have your database accessed. So as it builds, we're going to build a sample app, and I've put a sample app, a bunch of two sample apps into the folder that you can use, and we'll be building the open discussion board. And while this is building, we'll go to sample apps. So all you do is go into cd sample apps, then ls cd open discussion board, and then we just say npm install. So we need to install all the node modules to run this. We're going to run npm fund after this. And while this is installing, let's check on the other one. So everything is still booting up and coming. And have we finished? Also, this one's still installing. So I have two processes running. Okay. PM fund. PM audit fix. So if we go into the README file from this repo, you see there is also a setup script. Found to moderate npm audit fix was. Let's run this one. Okay, now 0. So we have discussion board. Need to run the setup. So this file depends on an env file which has all the info. However, this is the env file, so we need to run the setup script for this as well. Dot setup dot sys. So now we do have like our public URL and also our unknown key. So this means we're ready. We go back to the README now. So we go to the README. However, we check on the build process to see if it's built, it's finished. And well, now we're loading SelfDB. Soon you're going to see in Docker that we actually have already, now we have a Docker image running, and this is SelfDB running in the backend. So of course we will access the front end. And in order to access the front end, actually all you need to do is come here and go to localhost 3000. And the password, the temporary password that we set up to use can be found in the env file, and it is your admin user at your email.com. And for the password, it's like your admin password. Please change this if you were to launch SelfDB in production, because it won't be really good to use this. And just like that, you have a backend which is ready to work. First thing, let's create a sample user, and we're going to call this user1@email.com, and give him a simple password. So we have our sample user. However, you all know if you're going to build an app, you need to create a bunch of database tables and everything. So we need to create this table. So we just copy the code for the demo purpose. And we come here to our SQL editor, and we run the SQL execution script. So this table is created, and we can actually also see it in the schema visualizer. We've got topics, and then we've got buckets. So we also need to create a storage bucket, and for this app it's called discussion media, and we make it public because it's going to be accessible to everybody. And just like that, now we go back to the other one. So we've already built everything. Now we just run npm run dev, and this one is going to open up at localhost. And now our app is ready, so we can test both ways. So the user can of course log in using the user1 and the sample password we used to create a sample user. Ooh. So what was the username I used to create user1@email.com? User1 at, well, actually it wasn't that. Okay, let's create a new sample user then. Delete. Let's add a sample user. This is user1. Then okay, we've created that user. Now we can log in, and voila, the user is logged in. Let's create a sample. Let's see. The demo is live. Happy to have you all use SelfDB, and we're gonna call you. We're gonna say this: come join the SelfDB movement. We would love to have you build with us, and of course we built a bucket. Let's upload our logo here, and you see you have a logo, and then we can create a bucket. And now we come back to this discussion. So as you can see, the logged in user can actually create a bucket and then can do that, and then the user can log out. And this is the fun part. I love Reddit, and I love it so much. However, so many blocks, so many rules I don't understand. I wanted to build something simple, so let's call this like a known user, and say like, I love this, let's build together. And just like that, we have our discussion board whereby unknown users can comment on everything. But the good news, or the reason why you're here, is to see SelfDB in action. So when we come to tables, we have this comments table. You can see the comment posted, and we also have the topics table whereby we had our user post something, and also user file and everything. And if we go to our storage in our open media discussion, we still see like we have this image that was uploaded. And when we see our dashboard, we see we have everything. And this is a brief demo of SelfDB. We want to have you, a lot of guys, build on SelfDB, and let us know what you think about it. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you. This has been the demo of SelfDB. And if you want to get SelfDB, if you're interested in it, you can just visit our website, selfdb.io. and you will get the zip that I started from. And if you read all the instructions in the README, so one of the best thing for developing software is actually having documentation, and I've put a bunch of documentation so you can really find everything you need in the extra documentation, but most of it's in the README files, which give you all the info you need to run. We will be building more features with SelfDB, mostly AI agents and AI features like MCP servers and everything. So if you're really interested, stay updated and let us know what you want us to build with SelfDB so you can see everything.